In this episode, the daylight reveals Hong Kong cemetery, but it also awakens secrets long buried. What we find today could change everything you thought you knew. This is Hong Kong, a city where anything is possible and everything can change in an instant. I'm Mark Byrne, and this is the inside story of my journey to make HighLife Asia a global reality. This isn't just a show. Every decision, every deal could alter everything. Stay with me, because this is a race against time and the world is watching. Here we go. I'm Mark Byrne, and you're tuned in the Making of HighLife Asia reality TV show behind the scenes. Darlings, no, we are not going to Wan Chai, because, well, we're going close to it, because today, my darlings, that we are going to be exploring Happy Valley Cemetery. I have been trying to, well, let's just say put it off for a little bit, but all my followers, I've been getting so many requests from my followers because they want to see it, because the cemetery is just steeped in history, my darlings. And I'm actually quite nervous because, well, there's a couple of things in life which definitely do, which is going to be paying taxes and you're going to die. Right, so we're going to get through it. My heart is like stomping, my darlings, but we're going to get through it together. And we're going to get through it to get HighLife Asia to the global stream platforms and global domination, my darlings. So look, that's the Dorset Hotel. And that lighting is not very good on my face, my darlings. So we're going to go down this way. And this is going to be a wild ride. And I'm glad that you're coming along this little adventure. And hopefully there's not any too weird things when I've done the subway. And hopefully I don't fall down these steps. How's my hair looking, by the way? Is it okay, my darlings? Yes. So this is going to be a wild ride. And I can really feel the echo, because the place is just, it seems to be gorgeous. And with the stuff that I have read up on, and there's like a lot of dead people there, and there's a lot of like tombs which have just been lying there empty, waiting for people to come back and see. Oh my god, do you hear that noise? Seriously, the pounding this, my darlings. But look, they kept this nice and clean though. But I wouldn't be down here during the night. Oh, darlings, it is just hot. Look at me, I'm just like a rag at this stage. But yes, can you imagine coming here? Because this is quite popular for like movies and fashion shoots. And even though I'm into fashion, my darlings, but it is just the wildness of it all. And I hope that you're really, really enjoying this experience, because I do not want to be going to another graveyard for a very, very long time. Because we need to get HighLife Asia to the global streaming platforms, and just the wildness, and it's just the eeriness of it all, my darlings. So, you know, just pray that I get through it, and look at all these other bigger ones. And my darlings, well, this has been really, really popular. Oh my god, seriously, my heart skipped a bit. And so, darlings, I just want to give you from this angle. And there's some good, he's only 45 when he died. But look at that graveyard just halfway in there. Now this is just eerie as, my darlings. And one of the more prominent businessmen at the time, Robert Houghton, and he's buried here as well. See, that's actually quite a nice one. Like, look at that. And he's a nice little picture. I don't want to step in things because you don't really want to go over anyone's grave, but it is, you've just got that feeling, my darling. Now, darlings, I just want to give you a look at this one. Like, that tree has not been good to that. Okay, we are going to step here. I'm not stepping in anyone's. Like, that tree is just ripping up that grave. Like, oh my goodness. Like, you would not be happy, and they would have paid a pretty penny for it. Oh my goodness, right, I want to make sure I do not fall, my darlings. And that there's just nothing, it's just completely worn down by all of it. My goodness. I am just lucky to be alive today to tell the story. My darlings. My darlings, look at that. I mean, what a view these ones have got me. This is at the top though. Now, I'm very, very lucky that I'm here to be able to tell the story. But I'm not going to stay here too long, and I don't even know if I'd be happy if I was actually buried up here. You just don't know what to come down. Look at all that. I mean, it's beautiful, but oh my god, look at that. Just the eeriness of it all, my darlings. And it's just what that they all went through. And look at that one over there, my darlings. My god, my darlings. Okay, we're going to try, but let's just be quick. Because if there's only me and the sound of running water. And there's tens of thousands of dead people. Yeah, and it's hot and it's humid. Oh my God, I can't breathe, my darlings. At least I still have some Marks and Spencer's lemon and lime. Right, but could you imagine, like, when all those things are happening and people can't even buy a plot of land? Like, this is just as ancient as. And darlings, there's just no one around. And it is. So when I was looking at it, there was like a lot of as well because of the Spanish flu. Just like killed a lot of people in 1918, and so there was a lot of weirdness on that stage. The answer's not too good because you could just fall, and I certainly do not want to fall into a plot where you do need to have, if you can't even afford to buy. But look at that, I think someone's put the wee Mickey Mouse sunglasses on it. If you can see behind me, my darlings. Now, the darlings, it wouldn't even be down here during the night. You know, a lot of people were just like, can they not do it at night as well? I know the cemetery is closed at dusk. So, no, I would not be. Because you just never know what would happen with all the creeps and the crims. Right. We are up this way. I think we're up this way. Right, let's get up these steps. Steps everywhere, my darlings. That's all I seem to do. But my calves are always gorge. Right, and we are going to get through this. So, yes, the Happy Valley Cemetery is right beside the Dorset Hotel. So just in case, that if you're going to come to visit any of the dead people who now live in the cemetery. So darlings, it is just, you know, especially with space being at a premium in Hong Kong. I mean, so yes, if you're lucky enough to get like a plot here, with obviously the huge waiting list, and then obviously with the price tag, and then you're only allowed to be here like for 6 years, and then you're exhumed and you can be cremated or like sent somewhere else. But where's their space in Hong Kong? That's what I mean, my darlings. It's just wild. And this all started since the 1970s, just due to the thing. Can you just imagine being just like temporary? Oh my God, look at all these small ones. That's just too weird for me, my darlings. Like with all the, oh, I just can't take it in. It's just too weird. And I need a Diet Coke. I need to get through it all, my darlings. So my darlings, so look at that big one behind me. That is for a guy called Adam Sutherland. So he was killed in action in Borneo. Oh my God, there's just a lot of fighting. See, this is well more new though. So this is quite nice. They got more like a marble little one. And then just like that other one, that just doesn't even make sense. I mean, that is just chopped up. And it is just really, really, really weird. Like a lot of these things. So, well, he's more new as well. But look at that one. So I wonder if the body's at the top or if it's at the bottom. So yeah, my darlings, don't really have any family. This is just odd as, I swear to goodness. Now, the only thing is, which is plus, they've got a great location for it, but the feeling is just so eerie. And then there's a lot of like graveyards as well, where like, you know, they haven't been touched in hundreds and hundreds of years because they've got no relics and there's no one come to visit. God, look at the size of that one, because there was a lot of children at that stage as well, you know, and nobody knew why they were down. Oh my goodness. And so that there was one that's more new, that's more 1966, when he basically popped his clogs. And it's just very, very different. Oh my gosh. Oh darlings, I don't know much more if I can take of this, because there's the eeriness out of it all. It's just not really my bag. And I know you wanted me to do this, and I did this for my followers. Like, look at that one. Like they were saying how many of the dead are in there. Oh, not ready to go, not at all, my darlings. But look, the location is lovely, and you know, there's got loads of trees and stuff, and to keep the shades, and but it's always just good to come. I'm not ready. I mean, with just the eeriness, and then with the flow of the running water, and just with it all going on, my darling, I just don't know. And I'm sweating, darlings. Oh my gosh, I'm just sweating. I just can't take it all in, and just with the plots and all those other ones just over there. So, darlings. So yes, my darling. So they say as well the further you go up the paths, you get much more of like a better view. Or I suppose once you're thinking it, but I don't want to go too far up because this is actually quite scary. And you've got like a little fresh running water as well, which is quite good. So yeah, the locals say that basically at night, oh my god, this place is just filled with spirits, that they come out to do whatever the spirits do. And I tell you, I wouldn't want to be coming here at night. No danger. Like, absolutely not. Right, let's get up here. But I want to make sure. See, look at all those. Every single place. Like, there's no land at all. And a lot of graves are just on top of each other. And which is quite odd. Right, darlings, we are going to get past this part because there's a lot of noises up here, which I am quite uncomfortable with. And so it's a very multicultural cemetery and graveyard though, because whether it's the British, the Indian, lots of different Asian countries, and just like Americans, and just like a lot of people from all across the world who died and got buried here. And it's much more like a global cemetery for the United Nations of the Dead, my darlings. And I could just imagine at that stage when all just the weirdness was just going on. But if you do come here, I would definitely recommend coming during the day. There's no danger. That some people were just like to me, oh Mark, just do it at night, you know, and use a flashlight. Are you absolutely mad? To get just taken away, be swallowed up and devoured by the earth, my darlings. And because the plot of land's here, like even if you can get a little bit, like it's a lot, my darlings. I mean, for premium space, even if you can get it, you'd be spending like hundreds of thousands of US dollars, and that's just even if you can just get it. But what have you though? Oh my goodness, but what have you that some of them have? Quite gorgeous, my darlings, quite gorgeous. Because yeah, darlings, now the other thing is, there's a couple of these tombstones, and it basically is on it. There's even one of them. So in 1887, this guy was out at sea. And so don't forget how long that is, like almost 150 years or something. And like the plot just remains empty. They never found the body to get it back here. So I don't know, my darlings. It's just scary as. And yeah, so, and yes, so we're gonna go to this other side, my darlings, just to see. But it is quite strange that, see, look at that, just many people are dead in there. There's quite a lot of dead ones. So at least they got a good sized space for it. But yeah, everything is just to get a premium. And you seem to think as well, when this all first started in 1847, when this basically popped up because of the Spanish flu and the bubonic plague, and then there's the World War I and World War II. Like, and some of these graves are older than many of the buildings in Hong Kong. Like, just taking that in perspective as well. And see, I mean, if it was going to just being buried here, well, there's some plot land there, one available, or alternatively, maybe just lost the headstone. So, darlings, I just don't know. And it is just bizarre. My darlings. So, darlings, it is quite strange, because with the other one that we kind of popped into for like a second, I mean, you can't see it, but this one is just hidden in plain sight. I didn't even know that this was even here. And look at all that. A lot of dead people. And then, I mean, you can't even get a plot of land here, even if you are like very, very rich. But it's really weird because it's hidden in plain sight, but it's just so open. So it's just the bizarreness of it, my darlings. And like, look at all the wee small tombstones as well. So which is good. Like, at least they got like a tombstone. But there's just a lot of people. So you can't even. It seems that you can't even buy. Oh my god, my darlings. Right, we're going into the wilderness now. But even buying a plot of land here, it's more or less impossible. Even if you've got like tons and tons of cash. Because there's just no room. And oh my god, right, I feel as if something's touching me, and we're definitely not going in there. And they've got like that must be a sea person, do you see? A lot of these where that must have been one of the sailors at the time. where he got quite nice publand. And see, they've got good views as well. I mean, you can't actually see into Happy Valley. But we're not going to go over there. I don't want to walk in anyone's grave, my darlings, because I'm not ready for it. And there's just no one around. Right, okay, darlings. Now, will you hear this? So, you can get a non-permanent plot here. And it's just over 21,000 Hong Kong dollars. But there's like a 6-year wait list. It's something like that. And why did they cordon that off? But how am I getting out of here, darlings? I feel like we're trapped. And I can't be stuck up here. Okay, no, we're going to go around this way. Because I can be here all night. Absolutely not. Look at that. So yes. That's really weird that it is blocked out and I'm just up here. I didn't see anyone around. Maybe it's a sign, my darlings. No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go to the other side. Absolutely not. Because we have to get HighLife to global streaming platforms. And for global domination, my darlings. Yes. So what was I saying? Yeah. So, and it is, so for a non-permanent plot, years and years waiting list. And then when you do get it, you're only allowed it for 6 years. And then, I think that there's when you maybe get commuted, and this is all really bizarre. And then if you do want, like a permanent plot, that you're looking way over 200,000 Hong Kong dollars. And that is just for something really, really small. I mean, it's not going to be big or elaborate. So, which is not good. And then if you do want something a little bit more private, I mean, you're looking like an easy 500,000 Hong Kong dollars, 50,000 pounds, right up to like over 10 million Hong Kong dollars. And even more, my darlings. I mean, this is just, right, how am I'm not going around there. No way. Just the eeriness of it. And then, because that area was also stopped as well. And, okay, darlings, we are almost there. I'm trying to get across this road. And this truck is just basically blocking everyone that I'm going to see. I just don't really want to get knocked down today. It's not really the right time, but I suppose if I did get knocked down, you see beside the thing. Right, okay. Right, this is a little bit hilly as well. Ooh, and the smell is quite strong, so I'm not too sure what's going on. Right, it's just, my God, before you started, I can feel the eeriness of it all. This is quite dodge. I'm just not even sure what's going on, and this is quite expensive to live in. So you would think that the upkeep would be a little bit more, like, better than what it currently is so far. And seriously, I'm not a fan of death. And I'm not a fan of graveyards, cemeteries. But look it up there. This is really, really odd. I mean, we're just on the highway, but we will see how all this is going to go. So, darlings, as well, you do need to think for location-wise, because this location is fantastic, because it's beside Happy Valley Racecourse. I think that's a new plot. It's quite nice, actually. And at least they get some protection from the sun called the foliage. And, oh my God, seriously, my God, my darlings. Oh my God, I don't even know if I can make it up there. And it's not because of things. Hey, look at all those, lot of things. And, okay, so yes, location-wise, and it's near Happy Valley Racecourse. And so if you're into the horse racing and a bit of betting, which I am not really into either, it's not really my thing. So a lot of it as well on the tombstones, that they actually tell you how a lot of the people like died, whether it was just like, you know, in battle or by whether it's the Spanish flu or the bubonic one, the bubonic plague. So let's get up here. My God, my darlings, you wouldn't want to come here at night. But so it does open, you know, early in the morning, and many of the locals like to come here, do their walk and get their steps in, and then do their tai chi. Now, I just don't know about going around this corner. Oh my God, my darlings, it is, because you just don't know. Oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, my darlings. And because if there's just no one around, look at all that. And you didn't even do their gardening or anything. And I would not be happy if, like, you were buried here then. And then, right, darlings, we are going to do this. And you can hear the running water. Okay, so we finally got here. That's the right one. Hong Kong Cemetery. It's so confusing though. Right, let's go in and explore. And I've got so much to tell you about this place. Which way are we going to go? Okay, let's go this way, my darlings. So we can... I'll make sure I don't fall. Okay, so you would probably know if you've watched my channel before. So where Captain Cook, that when he arrived here in 1941, and he was on Possession Road and he popped up his flag. So they, because obviously there's quite a lot of, people coming along that are trying to take over. The British were trying to take over really everything. So then they had to, because obviously so many people were dying. I know, my darlings. And so then they set up this. So it was in 1845. And so they've got all these, like quite elaborate tombstones. But some of them haven't been visited in a very, very long time. The feeling is very, very eerie. And the reason why, because a lot of people were just like dying quite quick, was because of several different things. Because of the bubonic plague, and then there was World War I and World War II, and then there was just like a couple of other things, and just everyone was just dying. Now there's where all the soldiers are. Quite a lot of soldiers are actually in that plot, but there's a lot of them who just don't really have anything written on them and don't have any family or anything visiting. Darlings, look at all these ones. These are quite spectacular indeed. The memorial of the dead between World War I, World War II, the Spanish plague, and then there was the bubonic plague, and just all those. So quite spectacular. Definitely recommended. So darlings, you know what's coming next. If you like this type of content, click subscribe and give us a like so you never miss out on an episode. So until the next time, be good to yourself, be good to your friends, be good to your family, and be your true, most authentic self. So until the next time, my darlings, peace out. And if you like this type of content, click subscribe and give us a like so you never miss out on an episode. So until the next time, peace out.